Being curious is sexy. It means that you are engaged. It means that you are present. It means that you are grounded and that you're not just stuck on autopilot. This is the BS4 podcast, and I'm your host, Bria Villa. Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the BS4 podcast. I'm your host, Bria Villa, and we're doing a quick episode today because this is a topic that I'm just like, we need to get into, we need to talk about it, but we're going to make it fast because it's just going to be quick. So today the B is for bliss because curiosity and remaining curious and entertaining your inner child is blissful, and life should be blissful. And so I know we've all heard the term, oh, curiosity killed the cat. What cat? Okay, curiosity didn't kill shit. I don't know, no cat that died. Y'all know a cat that died? I don't know a cat that died. Okay. Judgment probably did. Judgment probably killed the cat. I don't know about curiosity though. I feel like as we get older, something that we take for granted and a huge aspect of wealth in our life is how curious we are, how curious we remain, how much of that childlike wonder that we carry every day. And as we get older, we just start to lose that. And we stop questioning things and we just go with whatever the status quo is. And we forget to be curious. We forget to explore. We forget to wonder. And it stifles our creativity. It has us live just like a stagnant life. And that's so boring. Like, curiosity is one of the best things that you can entertain about yourself. And as we get older, we just slowly stop being curious. I was reading a book recently that talked about the 5 key aspects of wealth. And I'll actually do a whole episode about this, but one of them was curiosity. And it really made me think about just like the way that I operate in life. And I feel like I'm a naturally curious person, but there was a time period where I wasn't as curious as I am now, and it's taken intentional effort for me to be more curious. One of my good friends really triggered this in me or like sparked this in me because she is, and one of my favorite qualities about her is that she is the most curious person I know. She asks so many questions. She takes nothing at face value and she always digs in. And at first I used to think it was annoying. I'm like, why are you asking so many questions? Like, if you ask why one more time, please, for the love of God. But what I've learned from her is that she would ask why, and someone would be like, well, that's just the way it is. And she'd be like, well, why is that the way it is? And the amount of times that I watched her essentially catch people doing things in autopilot and they didn't even realize they were doing things in autopilot. And then they realized they were doing things in autopilot just based off her question is like mind-blowing to me. And I was like, wait, that's why she does that. And I don't even know, and Corinne, if you're watching this, this is about you. But I don't even know if she intentionally does that for that to be the outcome. She does it because she's just curious. And I love that about her. And so curiosity is so important because if you think about all of us, the child in all of us, if you think about kids will annoyingly ask you why or ask questions nonstop. And it's just because they're trying to figure out the world around them. And they'll be like, why is the sky blue? Why do you wear your pants like that? Why do you look different this year than you looked last year? Sometimes they'll clock you. Like, they'll clock your tea really hard. But they'll be like, why'd you do that? But why'd you do that? And you're like, damn, I don't know why I did that. And then sometimes they'll ask you a question that seems so obvious and you're like, but I actually don't know why eggs are yellow. Like, I don't know how long sharks have been on this earth. Like, random shit that seems so irrelevant, but honestly, that information could just be good for you to know. Like, it's interesting. And so curiosity is so important. And I wanted to do an episode on just reminding you to stay curious. A few reasons why curiosity is so important is one, curiosity is the antidote to judgment. It is so easy to judge people when you don't know why they're doing what they're doing. It is so easy to judge a situation. It is so easy to judge, period. Judge yourself if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing. So when you're curious, when you dig in, when you ask questions and you understand the why behind things, it removes judgment because you're starting to understand the positioning or the reasoning as to why something was done. So it's a total antidote for judgment. And I think we all can be less judgmental. Like, everybody has shit going on. We all have our reasons for things. So don't just assume that you know why someone's doing something or judge their actions. Get to know why. You would want someone to do that for you. I move in certain ways because of situations that I've been through. And if someone just took the time to get to know me, maybe they wouldn't judge me for the way that I act. Just saying. You don't want to be judged. Don't judge other people. And the antidote for judgment is curiosity. Also, confidence and curiosity are best friends. When you are curious, when you remain curious and you learn more, you start to build competence. You start to build this information library, this wealth of information in your mind that you can lean on in situations. And then that ultimately leads you to be more confident. The people who stay curious are the people who grow the fastest. The people who are willing to be like, I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn, are the people who are going to grow and excel the most. And when you learn, you can apply that later down the road where all of a sudden you're like, I know what I'm talking about. I feel good because I actually looked this up and I know what I'm talking about. One of the best habits that I've gotten into because of Corinne, but also just something that I've challenged myself to do is if I don't know something, I look it up. If I ask myself a question, it could be the most minuscule, small question. I'll look it up. Doesn't matter where I am or what I'm doing. I'm just going to look it up real quick because it takes 2 seconds to look it up. Google is free, baby. Literally, Google is free. Just look it up. Information is at your fingertips. Like, there were generations prior to us that did not have information at their fingertips the way that we do. Our ancestors would have killed to be able to learn as quickly as we are able to learn. Feed your curiosity, have curiosity, and then know that you have the resources to back it up. If you have a smartphone, if you have a laptop, there is no reason why you shouldn't be learning something new every day. You literally have the ability to learn something new every single day. One small random fun fact could be the highlight of your day because you learned something new. And then all of a sudden, you never know. You could be playing a game of trivia in 2 months that you had no idea that was coming up. And that random fun fact that you looked up today helped you win trivia. Okay. Like, little things can really make a difference and help build your confidence and stop you from judging. Like, curiosity is just so powerful. Lean into it. It keeps you young. Like, kids are so curious. Kids are just little idiots who ask sweet, dumb questions that you're like, oh my God, like, what are you even saying right now? But their curiosity is so powerful because they don't know the world. They don't know what they're looking at. They don't have the conditioning in the same way that we have conditioning. Like, society tells us so many things about how we should operate, how we should act, what we should ask questions on, what we shouldn't ask questions on. And kids don't have any of that knowledge. And I think we all wish that we could behave more like children. I think we all wish that we could have that, like, bliss, that curiosity, that childlike wonder. Like, we lose so much of that. And so remaining curious keeps you young. Like, it literally keeps your mind sharp. It allows for you to have better critical thinking. It doesn't keep you in this place of being stagnant. Like, it just keeps you young. It keeps things fun. Lean in, ask questions. Speaking of asking questions, ask better questions instead of chasing perfect answers. We are all trying to act like we have all this shit figured out. We don't. No one has it figured out. No one has life figured out. Okay? So instead of trying to act like you were prim and perfect and have everything figured out and you have all your shit together, you may be missing out on important information just because you didn't ask the question. Ask better questions. Ask why someone did something. If you don't understand something, be like, what is that? Like, if they keep talking about KPIs at work and you don't know what a KPI stands for, either look it up or ask the question, hey, what is a KPI? Key performance indicator, by the way. But there was like months that people were talking about KPIs. I was like, I don't even know what that means. Girl, ask. Hello? And if someone thinks you're an idiot, screw them. Like, they didn't know what a KPI was once either. So they didn't come out the womb knowing what a KPI was. They had to learn that shit too. Like, lean in, ask better questions instead of trying to have perfect answers, or instead of looking for perfect answers. Stay open even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable. I want you to imagine yourself at 10 years old, and let's say you get a new piece of information that you don't really understand. I want you to think about yourself at 10 asking you, what does this mean? Why is it like this? Why am I feeling this way? And help that inner you, that little 10-year-old you, figure out the answer. If you can't do it because your pride at your big age won't let you do it, okay, well, do it for your 10-year-old self. Like, be curious. And if they're curious, feed them with information to help answer the questions that they have, to satisfy their curiosity. Do it for the 10-year-old version of you. There's so many things that I have questions on in life, random, that I'm like, I don't even know how this information will benefit me. Some information is better than no information. You never know how it could benefit you. It's just good to learn it. So ask questions. Ask questions for the 10-year-old version of you. Feed your inner child. Feed that childlike wonder and curiosity, and never lose that. Practice that forever. Like, people get older and they're just like, that's just the way it is. Why is it that way? Why? Why? Being curious is sexy. It means that you are engaged. It means that you are present. It means that you are grounded and that you're not just stuck on autopilot. As we get older, we start to get into autopilot. Like, we're just going through the motions. We're just doing things because we think that's how we're supposed to do them. Question everything. Question everything that you're doing right now. Like, what are you doing on a day-to-day where you're like, I don't really know why I'm doing this. I'm just doing it because I think I'm supposed to. Question that. Certainty is comfortable, but curiosity is transformative. If you are not curious, you're probably just performing. If you are not curious, you're probably just going through the motions. Be curious. Dig in. Ask questions. Learn. Like, asking a lot of questions is cool. It is honestly, you have no idea what you can learn about someone, a situation, history, science, like all these things. There's so much information out there. Just again, ask better questions, and Google is free. Okay? Literally, the other day I was driving home, and I live like 5 minutes from I didn't even know. I live 5 minutes from this park, and I drive by this park every day on my way home. And I always wonder, I'm like, I wonder what that park looks like. Like, I wonder what's actually at that park. And I'm like, is there a playground? Are there like basketball courts? Is there like a field? Is there a walking trail? Like, what is at that park? And I always wonder this, but I've never done anything about it. I've never looked it up. I've never stopped by, nothing. And literally 2 days ago, I was driving home and I had this curious thought again. And I'm like, why do I keep sitting here wondering what's over here? And I've never been. So I said, screw it. I'm just going to go. Instead of just not feeding my curiosity and continuing to wonder and not doing anything about it, I'm like, it's literally 5 minutes from my house. I'm going to stop by for a few minutes, check it out, see what I learn. And it's so cute. Like, kids running around, huge grass area, basketball courts, a jungle gym, like all these things. And now I just got a new experience. I fed my curiosity, and now I just have like more information stored into my memory that I didn't have before. Like, feed that curiosity. Just do it. So I stopped by, I was there for like 20 minutes, and then I went home. Sometimes I feel like we just are in autopilot. Like, we don't stop to look at the world around us. We don't stop to understand more about a situation or more about people or more just about little things that we're doing every single day. So remain curious. Feed your curiosity. It is so attractive when I meet people who are just like so curious and so interested in life and the things around them. Like, such a great quality to have. Try your best to embody that. Curiosity did not kill no cat, babe. Judgment did. Okay? So remember to stay curious. Dig in, ask questions. Let's get into some fun facts. Random fun facts just to feed your curiosity. Did you know that bananas are berries and strawberries aren't? I did not know this until today. I was like, what? A banana is a berry, but a strawberry isn't? Blew me. Blew my mind. Also, you're taller in the morning than you are at night. Also didn't know this. Gravity actually compresses the cartilage in your spine throughout the day. So you are going to be taller in the morning than you are at night. Probably like a few centimeters, nothing crazy, but it's true. Did you know that sharks are older than trees? Sharks have literally been on this planet for longer than trees have been on this planet. What? Them things prehistoric. Sharks have existed for 40 million years. Trees, on the other hand, 350 million years. Sharks been on this earth 50 million years longer than trees have. What? I didn't know that. That's crazy. A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. Honey, I do not want to experience a day on Venus because these days are long here on Earth. Okay? You started as just one single cell, and you are now comprised of 37 trillion cells. How cool is that? I'm like, okay, one cell to 37 trillion. Look at me go. I'm growing. I'm flourishing. That's a lot of cells. There is a species of jellyfish that are basically immortal. Like, they go through their entire lifespan, and then at the end, like after adulthood, they can revert back to their baby state. I'm like, what they doing? How we do that? Actually, I don't want to do all that, but it's kind of cool. Your brain produces enough electricity to power a light bulb. Like, your brain literally produces 20 watts of energy. That's so cool. And this one, I feel like a lot of people know, but whatever. Did you know that the calendar system that we work off of was actually built by not a scientist, but Pope Gregory? He introduced the Gregorian calendar in 1582. Basically, they built this new calendar system in a way to get people to pay their taxes. So we're actually supposed to have 13 months in a year, and those 13 months are supposed to be 28 days instead of 30 or 31 days. And the beginning of the year is actually supposed to be in spring, not in winter. Look it up. It is wild, but it's the truth. That is literally what ancient systems ran off of all the way up until the 1500s. So if you don't know, now you know. Remain curious, ask questions, dig in, learn more. You have so much information at your fingertips, and curiosity is a beautiful thing. So make sure that you're staying curious today because curiosity is blissful. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something new. I hope that you feed your childlike curiosity. Make sure that you ask yourself why at least once a day. Whatever decision you're making, ask yourself why you're doing it, why you have to make the decision, why the decision is being played out in front of you. What are the potential outcomes of it? What would be the outcomes if you didn't do it? Like, just ask more questions. Ask good questions. That is your challenge for the week. I hope that you have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, rate, send to a friend, all the things, please. Love you forever if you did it. But I'm so appreciative of you being here, and I look forward to chatting with you next week. Bye.